Hey everyone, Thyworm here with a new series of videos. This series, Making It to Maps, has one clear goal: getting you to maps and enjoy yourself while doing it. The purpose is to get you into Path of Exile basically, and I'm here to help you out with that. I played Path of Exile for around 1500 hours, and from time to time I still consider myself a noob. There are still many things I don't know about this game. It wasn't that long ago, around a year ago, that I seriously tried to get into Path of Exile for the third time or so, and finally I succeeded. It's not easy, because a lot of videos out there are about how many millions of shaper DPS someone has, or about efficiency, making currency, min-maxing, speed leveling and other super advanced stuff. You may get the impression that is what Path of Exile is all about, some sort of elitist action RPG. Expectations are really high. It's like watching a speedrun of Sekiro and thinking that's how you're supposed to play the game. I had to invest a lot of time and effort to get started with PoE. The problem is, you don't really know where to start. Most of the videos are usually not edited. Some are entire playthroughs, other university colleges, but what was lacking for me was a clear series that helped me reach the endgame while teaching me some basics. The content I mentioned is amazing, and I loved watching the Zizrun and Ziggy D videos. Everyone has their own ways of teaching people how to play, and I want to give my take on this, the way I like to make videos, by writing scripts and producing edited content tailored towards beginners. This game has so much to offer, and eventually familiarizing yourself with all of it takes years. Path of Exile is a game that greatly rewards time investment and game knowledge, however. There are many ways to keep improving your builds, your skill set, the way you play the game, and you can see the immediate results from it, either in raw strength or in the ability to make money and buy great gear. It's what makes this game stand out from its competition. It's what really provides these dopamine rushes in the long run, but as a consequence, the game is immensely complex. Simply enjoying PoE and just playing the game and having fun, that is a very achievable goal with minimal knowledge and time investment. The main reason why people don't achieve this, and why I didn't succeed in the past, is because you're overwhelmed with information, game mechanics, builds, the passive tree and whatnot, and then people just give up. So, how will we overcome these issues? We're simply going to ignore some key aspects of Path of Exile. We're even going to completely ignore our own build, skills, the passive tree, and a lot of things that make action RPGs great otherwise. The game is so vast in scope, and creating viable builds is so difficult for new players that it's not worth worrying about as a beginner. I didn't create my first viable build before I played 1000 hours, to give you some reference. Unless you're some sort of action RPG god, there's really no point in trying to create a build yourself until you have logged a significant number of hours and have a decent understanding of the game. We will also not concern ourselves with any other goals than making it to endgame. The goals we set are realistic and we take it from there. Screw all the millions of Shaper DPS people have in their builds. It's completely irrelevant. I haven't even fought Shaper up until now because I've been doing other endgame stuff. We will make sure you have a character that is smooth for leveling and that can easily handle endgame content, but it is not the focus. The focus is to create an environment, if you will, that allows for learning small bits of the game while we postpone the much more complex mechanics to a later date. This means there's going to be a fair bit of hand-holding involved. I will ask you to follow a specific build guide, Enki's Arc Witch, which is a fantastic guide. It tells you where to go, what to build, which points to pick in the passive tree, and which items to use. The build is also very strong, so the campaign content should be easy. And if you really get into PoE and you dig the endgame, you can take this build into late endgame with minimal gear investment. We will set up a loot filter, another hand-holding aspect. There's so much loot, and if you need to figure all of that out by yourself, there's really no point. You can do that later. By doing this, I think we end up with a digestible piece of game, a comprehensible piece of game, something you can sink your teeth into. Alongside the written guide by Enki, I will make small bite-sized videos about several topics and game mechanics you encounter while playing. Those videos will be sorted in a chronological order and they follow your progress in the campaign. For example, early on you encounter several league mechanics like ritual and prophecy. Expect small videos on those topics to explain what those game mechanics are, and most importantly, what is in it for you. Why should you interact with these mechanics at all? What are you getting out of it? Is it even useful for a beginner, or should you just ignore it? That is the question I will answer. I'll make a rating per system as well. Values are ignore it, mediocre, good value, or absolutely mandatory. This series should give you a clear track to follow. We will definitely not cover everything there is to cover. I will also not always be 100% correct, because I'm still kind of a noob myself, but I can still relate to those people that want to get into PoE but don't know where to start. This is why I wanted to make this series, and I feel this could be a good way to do it. That is why I'm about to spend a significant amount of time into creating episodes which I really hope help you get started. There will be plenty of people that have completely the opposite opinion on probably any of the videos that I make. There is no real consensus as to what is important and what is not. Some people will suggest you start by creating your own build. Some people feel you should only care about making currency. It's important to realize there is no right or wrong here. I will present my view as the truth, however, to keep it simple. Nuances aren't going to help you out. I'll be black and white about most things. Once again, I feel this works. This is what helped me out quite a bit, and I'm hoping to pass the torch, as it were, to get more people into the game. Because it is a beautiful game once you get the hang of it. I'm curious to see what we can do here. I have the support of several people in the Discord too, which read the scripts and provide feedback, both beginners like you probably are and veterans with thousands of hours of game time. Finally, you can ask questions in the comment section. A much more suitable place is the Discord, where others struggle to understand PoE as well, so you're not alone in that sense. I stream the game here on YouTube, and that's a great place to ask questions too. Hope you enjoyed the video and looking forward to the series. See you in the next one. Bye bye.